host large concerts too. The native plantings are mostly local species designed to provide food and shelter for a large range of flora and fauna, from fungi to frogs, lizards, birds and small mammals. Congratulations. Hello, Rob.
Hello.
Tell me please, what point are you at with this project? Because there's some stuff that's obviously we need to wait for Mother Nature to do her thing. What does it look like now? And is there a particular flora or fauna that's started to sprout up or return that brings you joy?
So we were planting on Saturday, adding additional plantings, and we were in amongst wattles that were in full flower that were planted 2 years ago. So it's just, the walls are just magic. In terms of the functioning of the amphitheatre, grass is nearly completely grown in and the ground's firming up. We just need to be able to drive vehicles on it. Last step is to the power and water that are there and coming out of the ground need to be fitted off to bollards, and then we'll be looking to have an official opening and our first functions there. We had terrible weather. We do a weekly market. The quarry's about a third of the site. The garden's been going since 2006. Anyone visiting Warrnambool, come and have a look. You can't see anything from the road. You walk through the gates and you get smacked in the face by this just beautiful place. So our midweek market's on Wednesday. When the weather's nice, there's just people wandering around the garden everywhere, and before long they'll be able to wander down into the quarry. I don't know if you're familiar with Warrnambool. You've sort of heard the term windy Warrnambool. The quarry's going to be magnificent, because as soon as you get down about 20 metres into the access track, wind disappears. And we don't have very many sheltered areas from the wind in our place. It's a magnificent place to visit, and just being declared a finalist generated tremendous pride in the big group of people that have been involved with it. Lots of them from the garden, but also these sorts of projects bring in all sorts of other people who have an interest in similar stuff. So we've had people from land care groups, we've had just people with an interest in the environment, people who've come to the market and had a look over the edge into the hole and thought, oh, that'd be something good to get involved with. And maybe a few people that are half mountain goat that plant up and down the side. So it's been magnificent.
And Rob, what's the intention behind leaving that exposed rock face? What are you trying to communicate?
So a lot of the reason there's not more than one exposed face is a lot of fill has been added, and I won't get into the reasons why. So that exposed rock face is the last part of what was done there, and when prior to the quarry closing in about 1962. But it also shows the geology of the place. We've had 2 metres of water in the bottom of a 2-acre hole that's disappeared in something like 24 hours because of the geology. So it's really nice to be able to see it. And we've also had people like Dr. John Sherwood, who can, it's a really fractured wall, so you can't see the layers as nicely as you can at, say, Tower Hill. But they can identify areas where the original sandstone went down, land's been re-inundated with rising sea levels, and then they can pick those lines. So being able to see that, and hopefully that'll form part of the educational stuff later on. And stage 2 is not far off taking off, and there's a really steep gully at one end, and that'll be the educational end. So, yeah.
All the best to you and the team.